You're not even happy that it's not this thing.
Oh,
Wait, this is my favorite scarf.
So,
what do you mean?
You're not happy that it's not this one that thing.
Oh my, oh my. Dede is such a dramatic queen. Like, I almost had my heart in my hand. I was like, what is going on? Why such screaming from her? Well, I'm going to tell you guys what actually happened and how it happened. So, Dede has been busy with her wig. She was using the iron to press the wig, and then after that, she started to iron her scarf. So, they show where Koi approached her to ask her if she has a big comb, because she has been looking for someone that will give him a comb to comb his hair, and she said where it is. She don't know where it is. Okay, now said okay. Now asked Mensa. Mensa said that he has. It was like, oh, if you're coming downstairs, please bring it for me. So while Koi was going downstairs, they show us, where he was going downstairs, and the next thing that I heard was a massive scream, like Dede scream, because that was her voice. She was like, oh, this thing was so loud and so long. I was like, this one she screamed and shouted like this. I hope the hot iron has not touched or burned her skin. I was like, oh my goodness, this to show us Dede. So they now show us Dede, and when they show her, Mensa was rushing towards her to find out what happened, and then again, Faith, who was coming out from the bathroom, equally rushed towards her to know what is going on. So she was like, oh, she has worn a scarf, and that is her favorite scarf. Okay, and that was why she screamed. She was like, oh, the thing burned too much. And Faith was like, oh, so sorry about that. That she can actually use a black clothes kind of to cover up that particular place. And she was like, really? And he said yes. So she was like, that's her favorite scarf. That, why did she burn it? This one, that one. And Faith was like, it has happened. Nothing you can do about it, you get? So she was not like asking Faith that what can she do to remove that dark stain on the iron so that it will not stain anybody's clothes. Faith was like, okay, bring toothpaste. That toothpaste can be able to remove the dark stain. So she brought a toothpaste. Faith applied it on that particular area that has the dark burn, and he was trying to use a toothbrush to remove it. Faith was like, didn't you go to boarding school? And she said no, that she did not attend boarding school. And he was like, oh, no wonder that he attended boarding school, and this is what they usually do, that he usually burn his school uniform, and every time they have to buy a new one for him because of that he knows how to do this. That's how they normally do it, to remove stain on iron. So they try to use a toothbrush to be able to scrape it out, and the thing was not going. So Faith was like, oh, go downstairs and get a sponge that can be able to take it off. Okay, so she now went downstairs to the kitchen. She was even dancing. Why downstairs? I'm like, I did it. You're not serious. She was dancing. She entered the kitchen. She looked around and she found iron sponge. So she came upstairs with that, and she was like, oh, Faith, what I saw is iron sponge. And Faith was like, oh, that's the one. That's what I was referring to. She was like, oh, that she thought is a normal sponge. She said, no, that is iron sponge. So Dede now went over to the burnt iron, and she used the iron sponge to scrape on it. And the thing was going. She was like, it's going, And Faith said, yes, I told it to go. She was so surprised, like, oh, so this actually worked. Even me as well. I have learned a new hack, because I did not even know that toothpaste can actually take off stain from a burnt iron. So she will apply more toothpaste, and she'll use the iron sponge to scrape it, and the thing was going. I was like, that is so nice. There is a point I forgot to mention. I mentioned Koi at the initial stage that he was going downstairs. So they show us when he was on the staircase coming down, when she Dede now screamed. So when he heard that, he kind of paused. Okay, but me looking at him, like, he gave out this let me go back and see what has happened, but something just hold him there. Okay, he just stand there, and the next moment I feel like, oh, maybe he has trying to calculate it, should I go or should I not go? But at the end he continued going downstairs, and I was like, ha ha. I actually wish that he rushed upstairs to see what might have happened for her to scream like that. But it's still okay, it's still fine. I mean, Mensa and Faith, they were able to rush her to see what happened or the reason why she screamed like that, because trust me, that screaming, it scared me to pieces. I was like, what happened to Dede? Because she has never screamed the way she screamed today. That is the first time I'm seeing her shout and scream like that. You know, that kind of a scream when somebody that is afraid of something, like something scary is looking at you. That was the amount of screaming that Dede actually screamed. And I was like, I better go. Let nothing happen to Dede in Biggie's house. Because she did not come there to come and enjoy herself, but to come and have fun and experience what it feels like to be in Big Brother's house. But I'm so glad it was just a scarf, you know. Faith has given her an idea on how she can go about it to identify the mistake, and I hope that, you know, she will be able to do that. Since she said that is her favorite scarf, it might be so hard for her to let go of that particular scarf because she cherished that scarf. And lastly, I want to point out Faith and Mensa, I mean, coming to see what has happened to her, because somehow I feel like Dede is all alone in that house. Forget that, oh, the future face stuff happened. Nobody in that house actually like Dede like that. You get? So that was why I was happy seeing Faith rush towards her to find out what has happened. Like, this guy just came out from the bathroom. You guys saw him on his towel. Just came out from the bathroom, and yet he did not even buy. I was like, Faith, so easy before this hotel where would before this hotel where we pull down and we'll see what we don't want to see. But I'm so glad that the guy actually rushed towards her to see what happened, and as well was able to render his assistance and his DIY that she used, and the thing actually worked for her. Okay, and that was so thoughtful of her, trying to clear a mess so that it would not stain another person's clothes. Well, I'm just glad that she's fine. Yes, I'm so happy that nothing happened to her, because it would have been worse if the thing was on her skin. But I'm so glad. And as well, I want to appreciate Faith. She did well. That's why I said I'm beginning to enjoy this, their friendship that is building up between them gradually, and I really hope to keep on seeing more of them together in a good way. Don't misunderstand me, please. Yes, I equally appreciate Mensa for approaching her to know what happened, even though he somehow did not see what happened as that important, because it was like, why are you shouting? Is not what I thought it was, you know. I was like, yeah, quite thoughtful of him to actually rush to her, kind of, you know, going there to see if it's something serious so that he can be able to rescue her. But then again, Mensa will always be Mensa with his, you know, somehow silly attitude, because I felt somehow that he said that, oh, why were you screaming because of scarf, you know. But it is still fine, it is still good. I still appreciate him for being thoughtful and for approaching her to know what actually happened to her, because that screaming, trust me, it was over the roof. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your love, your support, your likes. I appreciate it. It means a lot. And I'm still your girl Villa, and trust me, I will always be back with more updates. So do not go anywhere. Stay back here for more gist from your favorite girl Villa, and I will see you on my next updates. Don't go anywhere. Bye. Have a great day.